What's good, YouTube? So I be looking online and I don't see nobody dropping a transmission like this on this old style type of Impala. So I just want to share with y'all what I'm doing today, or what I started yesterday. So got I think it's a 0304 Impala LS 3.8. So I dropped the cradle, right? Drop the cradle is very simple. You got to remove the wire harness that goes to injectors, fuel injectors, the main plug. Where's it at? It comes off. There's a main plug that comes across. It connects the fuel injectors, then it plugs into the body, which is up there. All right, goes both ways. Then it comes down, connects to the oil pressure sensor, to the oxygen sensor underneath the vehicle, to the NOx sensor. What I did was I left the power steering pump attached because I didn't want to have to deal with all that fluid coming out, and I left the compressor attached. Right? So you leave those attached. Right? Leave those attached. Of course, get your flywheel bolts out and take your piece of the exhaust off. Goes from there to the manifold. Get that off. Then you're good to drop it after that. Let me see. Of course, the harness to the transmission. And then after that, you're good to go. The hoses to the heater core, a vacuum line, which is up there, that vacuum line. You have to take the ABS sensors on the left and right side, the starter wires, right? The alternator wires come off as well. It's all part of the harness. And then you can drop it. Take your rack and pinion, your outer tie rods, take them out of the spindle, take those out, take the rack and pinion off, and then you can suspend that without having to worry about losing the positioning of your steering wheel. And then lower it down on jack stands. I got it on 4 jack stands. Try not to make a mess, but sometimes it's inevitable. And then once you get it onto the jack stands, go underneath the vehicle, take out your 4 18mm cradle bolts that go from the subframe to the body of the vehicle on 4 corners. Raise it up. As you raise it up, you're gonna have to watch this power steering line. And watch out for this power steering line because it does wrap along the subframe. Power steering pump goes here. Hose goes underneath the transmission, the tube of the transmission. And then it comes across and it lays across here. So it goes that way, then goes up. As you raise the vehicle up, after you get the pump off, this is going to hang. It's going to get stuck. But as you raise it up, then you can direct it however way you want to get it out. And then that's it. I only took the axle off because of this pipe. So take that out, and then you're good. And then that's all you gotta do. Then you have to double check what you need, what you don't need. I have to remove this bracket because that's still on the compressor hanging. So I don't need this bracket. I don't need this on. So I'm gonna take those 2 things off. I have to switch the oil filter housing because they're not the same on this motor versus the old motor. And that would be it. But yeah, suspend everything. Take your fuel lines off. Take your tires off. After you take the 4 bolts off, take the remove the spindle from the strut. Take those 2 bolts out. So 18 millimeters, no 21s. Those are locking nuts. Locking bolts. So you take once you get the nut off, then you take a hammer, knock them out. Those are locking nuts, bolts, and then you're good to go. So I just wanted to show what I was doing today. It's not a lot. I'm not going to show you the process of taking it out, putting it in, because I'm pretty sure there's thousands of videos on these old vehicles. Plus what I really want to do on YouTube for you guys is like stuff that I like to do, like work on bikes, and do stuff like this, but also work on dirt bikes, 4-wheelers, do car stuff, things like that. I really like doing this type of stuff because it's relaxing. You see, I'm here by myself. I don't got anybody bother me. I can just put my AirPods in and keep it going. But this is what I'm also having to do. This new, that's what happened. I would have had it back together, but I gotta prep it for this stuff. So this is a new crankshaft position sensor. All right, new crank sensor. This is the thermostat, gasket, motor mount, transmission mount, and all that stuff. Upper and lower radiator hoses, temperature sensor, and then I got a coolant reservoir over there, condenser, and radiator. So these vehicles, this heater core elbow, which goes right here, goes from the block, from the plenum, goes from the plenum and the water pump, right? So the water comes this way, then it goes up to the heater core, which is right there. You see that one hose poking out? Goes from there, then I believe it goes, water pump is the inlet, outlet goes through the plenum, and that's how that works. But these commonly go bad as the plastic version, which is right here. That's how that just easily cracks. So we got the aluminum version. So put these in, you can reinstall this. This is also your belt tensioner here. It's your belt tensioner and alternator bracket. So once I get all that back together, I can do that. I gotta take the pulley off to change the crank sensor. But like I said, this is what I'm doing today. Hopefully by the end of the day, I should have this vehicle running and out the door. We're ready for the next one. Please, guys, if you like what I'm doing, please like, comment, subscribe, and so we can do some more videos together. Thank you. Peace.